Hello, first graders. Today we are working on page 417. That's lesson 7.4 in your math book. Okay, so find page 417, pause the video, hit play when you're ready. So we're not going to actually do this whole thing. I'm just going to kind of go through it with you and explain it to you, okay? So today we're going to be working on looking at number problems and thinking about the clues that they're giving. Do you remember before when we did our hundreds chart? And we were trying to find the numbers, so we were using our fingers to sandwich them, okay, and see what was in the middle. This time, we're going to be looking at the clues one clue at a time and using that to help us decide what cards that we want to keep and what cards we want to get rid of. Okay, I'm going to be upfront with you and tell you this is not the easiest lesson. Okay, so we have to take one step at a time. So in this problem, it says Cassidy has the number of cards shown below. So that means she has these cards and they have these numbers on them. She gives away the cards with numbers less than 49 or greater than 53. Which number cards does Cassidy have now? Okay, so what we need to do is take that information, right? If she's giving them away, okay, then that means we're going to cross them off, right? Just like a subtraction problem where we cross things off when we're giving them away or getting rid of them. Okay, what we need to do is look at the clues. The first clue is numbers that are less than 49 they're giving away. So we want to look at the number 49, and I'm going to write it right here, less than 49. So we have to see what numbers are less than 49. So we go one card at a time. 47, well, 4 tens and 4 tens, they're the same. So now let's look at our ones. 9 and 7. Is 7 less than 9? Yes, it is. So we cross this one off because since this is less, she's giving it away. Now we're going to look at the next one. 4 tens and 4 tens. Same. 9 ones, 8. Is 8 less than 9? Yes, it is. So we cross it off. Then we look through the rest of the cards. 5 tens, 4 tens. Is 5 tens less than 4 tens? No, 5 is bigger. Oh, and again, look, 5 tens, that's bigger. Oh, 5 tens, that's bigger. So we leave those alone. Now we look at the second part. Is greater than 53. So here's my number 53. It needs to be bigger or greater than 53. So we're going to go one card at a time. So we already crossed these off so we don't have to look at them. 5 tens and 5 tens, they're the same. 3 and 1. Is 1 greater than 3? No, so we leave it alone. 5 tens and 5 tens, nope. 3 and 2. Is 2 greater than 3? No, so we leave it alone. 5 tens and 5 tens. 3 and 4. Is 4 greater than 3? Yes, that's why we crossed this one off. It is greater. So here's the cards that we have left. 51 and 52. So we write that down. 51 and 52. That's what she has left. Okay, so we are going to do that each time. Go through one at a time. So we keep using the same words as we go through. All right, Tony has these number cards. These number cards. He gives away. So that means we're going to be crossing off the cards with numbers less than 16 or greater than 19. Cross those out. Which number cards does Tony have now? So we're going to go one at a time. Less than 16. So we want to see which ones are less than 16, and I'll put 16 over here. So we're going to compare. If it's less than 16, we cross it off. So look, 15, 1 and 1 the same. Is 5 less than 6? Yes, so we cross it off. Remember, we're looking for what is less. Is 7 less than 6? No, so we let that be. Look, 18, 1 and 1, it's the same. 6 and 8, is 8 less than 6? No, so we let that go. 20, 2 tens and 1 10. Oh, 2 tens is bigger, right? So again, no. And look at that one, 2 tens, bigger. So none of those. Now we're going to look at the next part. Greater than 19. So I'm going to put 19 over here, because then we want it to be bigger than 19. So let's look. 17, 1 and 1. Is 7 bigger than 9? No, so we let it be. 1 and 1 the same. Is 8 bigger than 9? No. 2 and, ooh, 2. Is 2 tens bigger than 1 10? Is 2 bigger than 1? It is, so we're going to cross that off. She's given that one away. It's bigger. 22. Is 22 bigger than 19? Well, look. Is 2 tens bigger than 1 10? It is, so we cross that off. 2 tens is bigger. So what's left? 17 and 18. So we're going to write that on the line. See how we're taking it one at a time. Okay, it's helpful for us to write our numbers to think about as we go through. Okay, and each time we're going to ask ourselves if the card is greater than or less than the number. Carol has these number cards. She keeps the cards with numbers greater than 98. Oh, she keeps the cards. So that means she wants them. So maybe we'll put a circle around them, right? Because she keeps them. She keeps the cards with numbers greater than 98 or less than 95. Okay, so she's going to keep them. So we're going to circle the ones that she keeps. So circle the number cards Carol keeps. All right, so let's look at the first part. Numbers greater than 98. So let me put 98 here. We're looking for numbers that are greater or bigger than 98. So let's ask each time if it's bigger. Is 90 bigger than 98? No. So we don't do anything to it. 91. Is 91 bigger than 98? No. Is 96 bigger than 98? No. Is 97 bigger than 98? No, right? 7's smaller than 8. Is 99 bigger than 98? Yes, it is. 9 and 9 is the same, but look at our ones. 9 is bigger than 8, so we're going to circle that because that one is bigger or greater than 98. So now let's look at the next part. Less than 95. So let me write 95 here. Okay, we're going to circle it if it is less than 95. Okay. 90. Is 90 less than 95? 9 tenths. 0 is less than 5, isn't it? Yeah, so that is less. 91. Is 91 less than 95? Yes, the 1, right? 1 is less than 5. 96. Is 96 less than 95? So 6 and 5. 6 is bigger, isn't it? So nope, that's not less. 97, the 9s are the same. Is 97 less than 95? 7 and 5, nope, 7 is bigger, right? Very good. And then we already did this one. So let's look. So she keeps, what cards does she keep? 90, 91, and 99. So let's write that down. 90, comma, 91, comma, 99. Okay, so each time we just go one at a time, asking as we go. So now let's try this side. If you need to pause, go ahead. If not, we're going to keep going. Felipe has these number cards. He gives away cards with numbers less than 60 or greater than 65. Which number cards does Felipe have now? So let's look at this. So he gives away. So if he gives them away, remember, giving away, we're crossing them off. Okay. So he gives them away. So let's look at our clues now. Less than 60. So I'm going to write the number 60 down. Less than 60. So let's ask each time, is it less than 60? Is 58 less than 60? So boys and girls, I'm not going to put anything on these. I want you to decide as I ask. If it's less than 60, it gets an X. Is this less than 60? If it is, give it an X. 61. Is 61 less than 60? If it is, put an X on it. If it's not, leave it alone. So make sure you're careful. 63. Is that less than 60? $64. Is it less than 60? And 68. Is 68 less than 60? All right. Now let's look at our next clue. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to go over this before we look at our next clue. So far, out of all of these, you should have put an X on 58 because 58 is the only one that is less than 60. Now we're ready to look at our second clue. So if you made a mistake, pause and fix. The next part says greater than 65. So I'm going to put 65 over here. We're going to look through. I'm going to point to each one and ask you if it's greater, right? Greater or bigger than 65, it gets an X. 61, is that greater than 65? If it is, put an X. If not, let it be. 63, is 63 greater than 65? $64. Is 64 greater than 65? Is it bigger? 68. Is 68 greater than 65? All right, let's check what we did so far. So out of all these numbers, the only one that's greater than 65 was 68. So that one should have an X on it because 6 and 6 is the same, but 8 is bigger than 5, right? That's the same, so we move on to our ones. 8 is bigger than 5, so we put an X on it. What cards does Felipe have now? Well, what ones are left? 61, 63, 64. Those are the cards we did not cross off. So remember, with the cards, each time you have to ask yourself the same question over and over, just moving along the cards. right, look at our last one. Molly underlines the number cards greater than 676 and circles the number cards less than 84. Which number cards are both greater than 76 and less than 84? Okay, so this one is a little different. We have to go through each card, and if it's greater than 76, it gets a line under it. If it is less than 84, it gets a circle around it. So we have to check each one. We want to see which numbers are circled and underlined. Okay, so let's check as we go through. So ready? The first clue says greater than 76. If it's greater than 76, it's going to have a line under it. So let's go through and look. 72, is that greater than 76? Is it bigger? No, right? Tens are the same, but 2 is smaller, so that's not greater. 75, 7's the same. Is 5 greater than 6? No. 78, 7's are the same. Is 8 greater than 6? It is, so we're going to put a line under it. 82 is, 8 tens and 7 tens. Is 8 greater than 7? It is. Gets a line under it. And hey, again, look at that. 85. 8 tens is greater than 7 tens. It's bigger, so it gets a line under it. All right, that's step 1. Now let's look at the step 2. 84. We are going to circle the cards that are less than 84. Less, so smaller than 84. So we have to check all of them. 72. Is 72 smaller than 84? 72. 7, right? 7's smaller, so it gets a circle. 75. Is 75 less than 84? Yes, because look, 7 tens again, right? 7 tens is always going to be smaller than 8 tens. Hey, again, look, 7 tens. We know, yes, definitely smaller. Now look, 82. 8 and 8, they're the same. Is 2 smaller than 4? Yes, 2 is smaller than 4. And last one, 8's the same. Is 5 smaller than 4? No, 5 is bigger. So it says number cards that are both greater than 76 and less than 84. So which 2 cards have an underline and a circle? Those 2. So 78 and 82. I know that's tricky. Okay, if you need to pause, go ahead. If not, I'm going to turn the page. All right, take a look. Some cows were in the field. Oh, some missing number. 6 more cows walked there. Then there were 13 cows. How many cows were in the field before? So let's take a look at that. Some cows were in the field. 6 more cows walked there. Then there were 13 cows. How many cows were in the field before? So let's take a look at what we have. We have some cows in the field. More cows walk there, so we know it's a plus problem. What's our number? 6, and it equals 13. All right, so now we need to think, right? This is not the easiest way to solve this problem, isn't it? Right? What can we do if we know the biggest number? Think we learned this. What do we do when we have the biggest number? Do we add the biggest number and the small number, or do we subtract? we subtract, right? 13 minus 6 equals blank. So let's use our number line. We know the biggest number, right? 13 minus a small number. So 13, take 6 hops back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where do we land? 7. 13 minus 6 equals 7. So, right, our related fact. So blank plus 6 equals 13. 7. 7 plus 6 equals 13. Okay, remember how our addition and subtraction, they work together. So how many cows were in the field to start with? There were 7. Okay, so we took our big number, we subtracted our small number to find our missing small number. Right, here's our math on the spot. Ed has 6 marbles. How many marbles can he put in a red cup? How many in a blue cup? Okay, so he has 6 marbles, right? If he's putting some in a red cup and some in a blue cup, there's lots of different problems we can make, right? So let's think about this. Here's my 6. I'm going to take out 6. Right? How can we divide up that number? So let's start over here. How many could we put over on this side? Could we put 1 on this side? Yeah, so then the rest would be in this cup. So 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 6. That could be written down. What if I don't want to do that? What if I want to put 2 on this side? Could I do that? 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Oh, there are a lot of different ways. Could I put this over here? Yeah. Hey, look at that. That's a doubles fact, isn't it? 3 plus 3. Yeah, that equals 6. So we could keep dividing this up in so many different ways. I could put another one over here, couldn't I? Now we have 4 plus 2. That equals 6. Because I'm still using the same amount. I'm just moving them in different ways. Could I take another one and stick it over on this side? Yes. So now I have 5 plus 1 equals 6. Now the only thing I can't do is take this one away, because guess what? It says that he has to have some marbles in each cup. So if I take this away and put it over here, then there's nothing, and that doesn't work. So boys and girls, I just wanted to show you that there were many ways to do this. I'm going to write my doubles fact in there. Right? What's my doubles fact? 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Now I'm going to write that in, but that was not the only answer. Like we looked at, there was many ways to divide up that number, right? We do that. We keep moving them around. All right. Last problem on the page. Lonnie has these number cards. Write each number in the box to show less than 24 or greater than 24. So what they want us to do is look at these numbers. If it's less than 24, you're going to write the number in the box. If it's greater than 24, it goes in this box. So look at these cards. Each card will only be used one time. So I want you to go through and look and see. If it's a number less than 24, it goes in this box. If it's greater than 24, it goes in this box. All right. So take a look. I want you to go one at a time. 22 is 22 less than 24, or is it greater? So what do you think? 22, is it bigger or smaller than 24? So 2 and 2 is the same. Oh, 2 is less, so it goes in the less box. Okay, I'm going to have you pause. I want you to try each one. See if this number is less or more. Okay, if you're hitting play, you're ready to check your work. If not, pause and keep working. Right, 27. 27 is greater than 24. 7 is bigger than 4, so it's greater. 23. 23 is less than 24. 23 is smaller, right? 3 is smaller than 4. 21. The 2's are the same. 1 is less than 4, so it goes in the less than. And 25. 2's are the same. 5 is greater than 4. So 25 went in this box. All right. Boys and girls, next you're going to work on your personal math trainer.